Hi friends, good morning. Today we are going to start with vector differentiation. We are mainly focusing on divergence, curl and gradient operators. Okay, so here you can see uh, some formulas, differentiation formulas. You are familiar in lower classes. Okay, see dr by dt, here you can see this formula, and instead of differentiating two vectors sum r1 plus r2, you can separately differentiate it. And if you have a vector r is equal to xi cap plus yj cap plus zk cap, so to differentiate this you can separately differentiate this whole. So dx by dt I cap plus dy by dt j cap plus dz by dt k cap. Okay, similarly we can differentiate dot product and curl like this, r1 dot r2. So you can differentiate like product rule which we are using in ordinary differentiation. So first differential of first into first dot second plus second dot differential of second dot first. Okay, so if d by dt is r square I can write as r dot r. So this is the dot product of same vectors will get its square, right? So this I can write as 2r into dr by dt. Sorry, here there is a typing error. So this is 2r into dr by dt. Similarly, cross product also you can write, that is dr 1 by dt, that is first function into differential cross second plus first into the differential of second. Okay, so here there is an error. Okay, see you can't reverse this order because a cross b not equal to b cross a. Okay, that you keep in your mind when you do. So dot product you can interchange because a dot b is equal to b dot a. Okay, now we can come to gradient of a scalar field. Okay, so what is gradient of a scalar field? Okay, gradient means, see, gradient is before defining the gradient we can define an operator del. Okay, del is defined as, this del is defined as I cap dou by dou x plus j cap dou by dou y plus k cap dou by dou z. This means that in a three-dimensional system, the variation of a physical quantity, rate of change of a physical quantity in all direction, we can represent by this operator del. Okay, so what is gradient of phi means, if this operator acting on a function, that is we can call it as that is a scalar function. Okay, if this acting on a scalar function, not a vector function, then we can call it as this as a gradient phi. Okay, we can come to the physical significance of this. Okay, see, so this I can write as I cap dou phi by dou x plus j cap dou phi by dou y plus k cap dou phi by dou z. What is the physical meaning of this? Okay, you have seen a familiar formula in electrodynamics. Electric field is the, okay, electric field is the, this is del phi. Electric field is the negative gradient of potential. Okay, so let us go to the significance. See, suppose you have a air conditioner. Okay, air conditioner. Okay, so your air conditioner is fixed here. Okay, this is your air conditioner. So you can see the cool air is flowing in all direction. Okay, so if you imagine a line, here. Okay, so where is the where out of this you have different points like this. So where you are getting the maximum degree of cool. Okay, so that is obviously at this point, right? So this point, so this point makes the area of this air generator that makes 90 degree here. Okay, so this is the direction of gradient phi. The gradient phi means that where the maximum change of a physical quantity. where is the maximum rate of change of a physical quantity? That is along this direction, because here a person standing here will get maximum cool than a person standing here. Okay, so this direction represent the gradient phi. Okay, so that is the physical meaning of this gradient phi. If so, to calculate the gradient phi, suppose you want to calculate the gradient phi of a function x square phi plus z. Okay, so if you want to calculate the gradient phi, right, gradient phi is equal to what? That is I cap dou by dou x plus j cap dou by dou y plus k cap dou by dou z into, this is our operator, so I can substitute this phi value here, that is x square y plus z. Now if you plug in it here, then dou by dou x, so I can directly differentiate. This is with respect to x, so x is only the variable, remaining all are constant. Okay, so here y I can take as a constant, x square on doing 2x and z on doing 0. Now again with respect to y, here y is a variable and x square is a constant. X square I can take out. When I am doing y, I will get 1, right? So 1 into j cap. Okay, with respect to y, z on differentiation 0, and with respect to z, here I will have 1, x square y is a constant, so k cap into 1. So the answer is 2xy I cap plus x square j cap plus k cap. So this is the answer. Okay, now as we have studied, this gradient phi is the direction. Okay, maximum direction. So if you consider, see, look here, if you have a surface, okay, if you have a surface, okay, so the gradient phi, this functions, this surface represented by, which is a two-dimensional f of xy, then what is the direction of gradient of f of xy? That is very important. So its area, it is directed like this. Okay, gradient phi. Okay, so that you keep in your mind. So if you have two such surfaces, okay, so if you have two such surfaces, what is the angle between them? That also you can find out using the gradient phi. See how. Suppose you have two surfaces like this, they are crossed like this. Okay, you can draw like this. Okay, so two surfaces crossed like this. Okay, this is the plane of these surfaces, first surface, and this is the plane of second surface. What is the angle between them? See, if you draw a normal of this, it has the direction of del phi, right? If you cross this, okay, it has the direction of normal like this. Okay, we already studied, this is this equation of this surface is phi 1, equation of this surface is phi 2. Okay, okay, so this I can take as del phi 1, this I can take as del phi 2, because gradient is normal to that surfaces. So if the angle between these two is theta, then the angle between this normal also theta, right? So I can write the angle between these two as, that is del phi 1 divided by del phi 1 divided del phi 1 dot del phi 2 divided by, as vector formula, del phi 1 dot del phi 2 divided by mod del phi 1 dot del phi 2. Okay, this is the cosine of the angle between these two surfaces. Okay, so this is the angle between two surfaces. We can use this formula, and so this is the meaning of this. Okay, divergence means, gradient means it is the direction normal to the surface. Okay, that you keep in your mind, and then we can go to the main screen, right? Okay, that's all about gradient, right? So here the equation is given in electrodynamics. You are commonly using this equation, E is equal to minus gradient V. Okay. Now let us go to divergence operator. What is divergence? Okay, so divergence is defined as divergence is, that is dive. Okay, so let us use another color. Okay, so dive of a function. Okay, that is phi or v. Okay, a function v. Okay, a vector function that is represented as I cap dou operator. We already familiar, that is dou by dou x plus j cap dou by dou y plus k cap dou by dou z dot v. So this v vector I can write as some v1 I cap plus v2 j cap plus v3 k cap, right? So if I substitute here, okay, that is v1 I cap plus v2 j cap plus v3 k cap, right? So if you take v1 into I dot I is 1, so this I can write as dou v1 by dou x plus dou v2 divided by dou y plus dou v3 divided by dou z. Now what does this divergence represent? That we can discuss, and we can go to the blackboard. See here. See, divergence means suppose you have a pipe like this. Okay, suppose you have a pipe like this. Okay, suppose you are considering a small volume here. Okay, a small volume here at this point. Okay, and you are considering a small volume here. Okay, not here, it is here, it is at the boundary. Okay, so I have considered two volume of same volume here. Suppose you are considering the flow of a liquid here. Okay, so if you consider a flow of liquid, so how much this flow enter into this volume, that is equal to how much flow leaving away from this volume. So entering and leaving, that must be equal. Okay, but here you can see if it comes like this. Okay, and leaving maybe happens like this. Okay, so entering not equal to the flow entering, not equal to flow leaving, because here cross section is high. Okay, so in this situation you can see entering is equal to leaving means here there is no divergence. That means this point is corresponding to divergence of this vector field is equal to 0, and this point is corresponding to divergence of the vector field is not equal to 0. Divergence of this vector field is not equal to 0. This special condition, that means something entering and leaving, that should be equal. This special condition we can call it as solenoidal. Okay, solenoidal. If a field entering, that must be equal to leaving, then there is no divergence, and we can at that time we can say this vector is solenoidal and this is non-solenoidal. Okay, that is the important thing you have to remember from this. Okay, now let us go to main screen, and this is the physical significance here I have given. Okay, so here for the conservative field. Okay, conservative field, so the field starting from a position that reaches at the same point, so electric field, so at the end point, that will be starting will be equal to ending. So divergence of electric field is 0. That means conservative field. Okay, that means solenoidal. Okay, now let us go to curl of a vector field. Okay, so curl of a vector field is that we can go to the physical significance also. So what is curl? Curl we can represent, let us go to the blackboard. So curl is represented by del cross E. So del is I cap dou by dou x plus j cap dou by dou y plus k cap dou by dou z. Okay, and E I can write as that is Ex I cap plus Ey j cap plus Ez k cap, right? So this I can write in determinant format. Okay, I cap j cap k cap, and here I can write as this as dou by dou x, dou by dou y, and dou by dou z, and Ex Ey Ez. Okay, so this is what is del cross E. Okay, so what is the physical meaning of this del cross E? Okay, we will do more problems in another section of at the end of this vector analysis, okay, lecture series. Now you can see what is del cross E. What does physically mean? Okay, see, del cross E means, suppose again we can consider some force area. Okay, suppose you can see, suppose you have a stick like this. Okay, so if you apply the forces like this, okay, uniform forces like this, okay, so all the force, the region, there is a force field. If you consider, all the force are same intensity. Now whatever force getting here, that also getting here, so this will go like this. Okay, this stick will have a tendency to move like this. It will move linearly. Okay, it will move linearly. That means the curl is 0. Curl means there is a rotation. Okay, there is no curl, it will not rotate. Okay, that means del cross F is equal to 0. That means it is not rotating. That means it is not rotating. Okay, now suppose if you are giving a varying field, see, suppose you have a stick again. So if you are applying more force here, okay, here F1, here you are applying F2, okay, in this edge. Okay, this, suppose this F1 is greater than F2, what happens? This part will move more. Okay, this end will go in forward direction, and this will go very slowly, this part. So it has a tendency to rotate. Okay, it has a tendency to rotate if the force field applying, the edges are different. Okay, so that means del cross F not equal to 0. That means in this case del cross F is equal to 0 means, that means we can say that is rotational. In this case this is irrotational. Del cross F is equal to 0, we can call it as irrotational. Okay, and del cross F not equal to 0, that time it is rotational. Okay, that is the physical significance of this curl. Okay, now you can calculate using determinant method curl and divergence. You can calculate using divergence, you can calculate that we have already discussed, and curl we can calculate using determinant method. Okay, so here I have given what is irrotational and rotational. Okay, now you can use some important vector identity regarding with this curl and divergence. Okay, so gradient of phi psi, that is equal to product rule format. You can see this, all you can read and remember. You can make a format, a technical format in your mind to remember all these. Okay, so divergence of curl A is equal to 0. That is a very important thing. Divergence of curl A is equal to, similarly curl of gradient phi also 0. Okay, so these all are the different formulas that you have to keep in your mind. I will share these notes at the end of this class. Okay, so this all about gradient, divergence and curl. Okay, thank you.